Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Tim, Braden, Second Legacy. You are amazing, and they couldn't wait. They couldn't hold their tongue. We got to talk about The View because apparently, Tim, the presidential assassination attempt was just an opportunity for what? You're right, gun control and something else, which I'm not even going to allude to in this intro. I'm just going to catch you unawares. But, beautiful people, if you are loving the sarcasm, the humor, deployed excellently for the two-way purposes, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. And with that, Tim, are you ready to dive into The View? I know you always like it.
Yeah.
You always do.
I'm looking forward to this because The View, they're such, it's like you have Mensa members, and you have people that are even more intelligent than wildly intelligent people. And that's The View. They somehow found these Einsteins that just constantly have the most incredible discussions for us to tune into. And it's just amazing. These people are just a wealth of knowledge. And I'm being facetious. They're a gaggle of idiots. And it's just like they can't stop stepping on their own junk. So I can't wait to see this video because I haven't even seen it yet. But I just know if Whoopi's in this one, I know it's going to be super special.
Oh, hold on. There is no Whoopi. I'm going to throw a little. There's no Whoopi, but there is a great Joy Behar opener.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take that.
Oh, the stuff in this one. So
just like with the Secret Service, we got the B team this morning.
We got the B team. We did.
All right.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Slides, throw out number one. Let's start this party.
From nearby Bethel Park in Pennsylvania. According to a CNN report, a senior law enforcement official said that he bought 50 rounds of ammunition from a local gun store hours before the rally. Shouldn't that have been reported? Somebody buys a 20-year-old white guy? I mean, we've seen that many times now, young white men with guns, and nobody reported that he bought 50 rounds of ammunition?
Well, there's also a post-mortem, as Alyssa said.
50 rounds. He and he's white. Why nobody report a white guy buying ammo? I mean, come on.
Oh,
it's
God Almighty.
It's
horrible.
It's like, and you can see she's like, you can look at her eyes. She's like, oh crap, I said that out loud. It's so funny. She caught herself. Like you can see it in her face. It's like, 50 rounds, sweetie. He could have ordered a case of ammunition online and had it delivered to his house.
Thousands of rounds, right?
It's like in 50 rounds.
A box.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Typically, it's a 20-round box. There are 50s out there.
Well, for that one, you are correct.
But it's just so funny that she's like, somebody should have reported him for 50 rounds because he's a white guy.
Yeah. The party of inclusion. The spokesperson and the mouthpiece in the morning on The View is for the Democrats is pushing gun control through racism, and that someone should have alerted everyone because he bought 50 rounds and he's white.
I wonder if he was non-white or if he was trans or anything like that, if she would have included that narrative, right? But
that's a good point, Tim. That's a good hypothetical,
right? Because seriously, it just pasty white guys aren't the only people that run around shooting other people.
I think they are, though, Tim. That's what Joy said.
Well, it's true. We can't trust these white guys with their 50 rounds of ammo. I mean,
can't do it.
There's not like this in-your-face racism, but this is the left.
So overt.
This is the left. It's like I was just what's the name of the lady that just spoke? I'm not familiar with the whole rap scene for the most part, but the lady that just spoke at the RNC, she's a woman of color, has a face tattoo, and they're just ripping her apart.
Amber Rose,
Amber Rose, that's her. And they're talking about her on social media this morning. And of course, she was a far leftist, and when she was a far leftist, they weren't attacking her for anything. But now she's a slut, and she's all these things because she spoke at the RNC because she went from a far lefty to a conservative because she was tired of all the lies being told to her. And you
hate to see it,
right?
Tim.
So it's so funny to watch the left go, "Oh, we love black people." Wait a minute, you're voting for Trump? Oh, you slut, you whore.
Never mind. Yeah, man, it's like insert racial epithet here. It's like, how do you get away with this? Like, well, I know how they get away with it. They have a Democrat behind their name. But I mean, you feel so confident. Like, just back out. Let's just zoom out a little bit more. Let's throw something in contrast, just for a societal experiment. So, Tim, you and I, we have to quite literally think in front of what we're going to say because of what could potentially have angled and what could be inferred by taking what we say out of context because it might be bad and then we'll get smoked.
Right.
These people literally on national TV go, 50 rounds for a white guy? We know what they do with those.
Could you imagine if it were, say, a black man?
God.
Why didn't somebody report a black man buying 50 rounds of ammo?
Whoa, that is unconscionable.
Right?
I mean, guys, the hypocrisy. Oh.
But this is the left, dude. They are racists. They try to mask it by claiming we're the party of inclusivity. We want everybody included as long as you agree with us in lockstep. If you step one iota out of our agreed upon narrative, then you are the devil. You're evil. We're going to come down on you with racial attacks. We're going to come down on you with personal attacks. We're even going to try to get you assassinated. We're going to do everything we possibly can. You're going to lose your job. We're going to destroy you because you dared
must die.
not to. You stepped out of the hive mind. Think, how dare you have an opinion?
How dare you have something different, that differs from mine? No, I think it's the age old. We love everyone. I accept all points of view. I'm the party of inclusivity, unless you disagree with me, in which case I hope you get, syphilis. I mean, it's like what? What? But Tim, don't be caught being a white guy buying 50 rounds of ammo. Don't you do it?
Good grief.
Oh, you hate to see it. Well, that was a hell of an opener, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got more.
Oh yeah, she came
Joy.
out with all barrels. Oh, not Joy. No, Joy. We're moving past Joy now. She does make a cameo later, but now we've got to get to another amazing paragon of thought, Sunny Hostin here, because it's time. She has made a declaration, Tim. This is so crucial to see, and I'll just let her speak for herself. This is number 2, Dr. Slides.
Pate, he's a political scientist, very well known out of the University of Chicago, conducted a nationwide poll, right, on the topic just last month. 10% of those surveyed said that the use of force is justified to prevent Donald Trump from becoming president. A third of those who gave that answer said they also owned a gun. Then 7% of those surveyed said they support force to restore Trump to the presidency. Half of them said they owned guns. So I know everybody always says it's too soon to talk about guns, and that we should, because there has been a terrible death of a father of 2, that we should, thoughts and prayers should be where we go. I say no. I say now is the time to talk about the common denominator when it came to this assassination attempt is America's fascination and obsession with owning guns. And
just a quick question. Because there wasn't anyone else on the stage or involved, and there was no political inclination here. There was nothing. It wasn't about assassinating a mainline political president. It was just about the unfortunate incident of who died, which it is an unfortunate incident. But leaving out an attempted assassination of a president, the first one in 40 years, you're just going to glance over that?
Yeah. I can simplify this for her. The vast majority of Americans, or just say the majority of Americans, own guns. So I mean, having a political opinion and owning a gun does not make you a killer. Okay. No, shut up, dummy. But here's what's even more interesting. So this I expected. And there was a beautiful meme. I just sent that over Dr. Slides. I want to throw in here. And it's so funny because it speaks to her commentary perfectly. It has Donald Trump or a likeness of, it's just a meme. It's not Donald Trump.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah,
that's
right.
So
and so it shows him sprawled out on a chair and somebody holding a gun on him. It says Donald Trump on the left. And then right below it, the guy turns towards the camera and says, "See why we need gun control?" It's like they inspire the violence and then they blame the gun.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It really is an incredible observation of just the society of where we are. Dude, that's a really good. You know what? Good ad. Well done, Tim. Oh, that's so good. But it's really important. Now's the time. We can't do thoughts and prayers. Now's the time, Tim, right now. When 3 weeks away from a national election where the fever pitch temperature of the nation is so high, and no person in Congress is even going to have a conversation around anything policy related. So, of course, why wouldn't we put forward gun control?
I know.
God almighty, not only does it have no chance in hell of even being introduced, it's just the stupidity and the partisanship that is being employed just to bring it up is not only tasteless, but it's also, you're such a hack. Come on.
I mean, this is so transparent. It's so fake.
God.
But, look, half the population, I cannot stop. My feed is getting full of these, man on the street interviews because of the insane stupidity. Like they ask people like, what are the 4 points on a compass? And the guy sits there for like a minute going, compass?
Up, down, right, and left.
Yeah, like, this way and that way, maybe. I mean, it's just really basic questions. Really basic questions, not even politically oriented. And people are so incredibly stupid. And
not all of them, but a good chunk.
No, but I mean, the people they're interviewing is what I'm referring to, not
100%.
Everybody. But what I'm saying is a good chunk of our society doesn't even understand basic concepts. Like basic math, how to use a compass, how to use a map, who was our first president, who fought in the Civil War. That's one of my favorites. Who fought in the American Civil War? You hear people say Germany, France.
Germany.
I mean, it's mind-numbing stupidity. It isn't just like getting tripped up on like, what's the capital of Maine? The state of Maine, right? Well, people might not be into geography. They wouldn't know that, right? That's just something that would slip your mind for more important things after you get out of school. No, these are actual idiots that don't even know, like, it's wet outside. I wonder why. It's raining. What's that? I mean, they're just dumb, and these people vote, and they unfortunately vote Democrat.
Oh no!
I had to throw it in there.
My gosh, that's terrible. That's worse than when you slide in commies. See what I did there? See what I did there? All right. Well, now that we've gone down that road, we've got one more.
One more.
And again, she's got to articulate her point a little finer because she didn't really land it that first time. And this is where Joy Behar makes another cameo. So, Joy, I want you to pay attention to what Joy says because this is kind of funny. This is number 3, Doctor.
That's cute. And I'd like to
guns.
think
They're rifles. They're
AR-15s and
capacity
bump
rifles.
stocks. And the Supreme Court just found that it's fine to have bump stocks. And so I'd like to think that the issue of gun control would resonate now more. And but rather than that, I think what's going to happen is we're going to have more of this rhetoric of, had there only been more good guys with guns, this may not have happened. And so...
Well, the Secret Service had guns.
They had guns.
Those are the good guys.
And so, but my guess is they're going to say the Secret Service screwed up, if there were other people with guns. And I think that gun ownership will probably, because of this event, go up in this country instead of going down. And that is my fear. I think we need to have an honest and real conversation about real gun control legislation.
Okay.
Well, and it's a
quickly because I want to make.
I would say it's a remark.
She just said it.
Yeah.
Did you catch that end? Did you catch the nuance of what she said?
What time to have a serious conversation?
No, she doesn't want guns to go up in this country. She wants to have a serious conversation around gun control, which means taking guns away.
Right.
God, it's so easy.
What she won't acknowledge is the fact that gun sales have been spiking for the last 2 decades, like way up. And guess what her party touts? A lower crime rate. How do you reconcile that? Why don't you make the connection that more guns equals less crime, John Lott? Right?
Oh.
How do you reconcile that? Because what you're saying is out here, well, there's more guns, there's going to be, more crime. But the actual data that we've been collecting for many years says more guns, less crime. Yeah, that book came out over 30 years ago. So this isn't a new phenomenon, but this is the argument of the left. It makes no logical sense. All they can do is guns scare me, and we're going to blame the guns for the action of a deranged lunatic. And the reality is there's more guns in this country than there are people. Good luck taking them away, even if you got some stupid law passed. And all you're going to do is incite more violence.
And sell more guns.
Right? It's the harder they push for this, that for you to surrender your freedom, the more people go out and buy guns. So yes, when they see something like a pandemic take place, well, they freak out. Why are they freaking out? Because government routinely fails. Government failed yet again when the Secret Service was protecting Trump. Government failure again. Government fails.
So
what's that?
No, I'm sorry. You're correct.
So people want to rely on themselves. And that is an American quality. One of the things that sets us apart, if you travel the world, one of the things that people will identify Americans as is cowboys and like viciously independent and
America.
Right. We just want to be left alone. We'll take care of ourselves. We don't want, a government leaning over our shoulder the entire time. That's not liberty. Right. And so that's what defines us. And she wants to take that away from us. Right.
Yeah.
And clearly these clowns don't live somewhere in the country where we routinely have to use firearms just in our day-to-day lives.
Right.
Right.
It's comical to me. And the funny thing about this entire thing in her little stump speech of why she needs more gun control and time for an honest conversation, Joy Behar, she's like, well, the Secret Service was they were the good guys. They had the guns. And it's like, well, there goes Joy destroying your point from orbit by accident. So Sonny's point is, well, they're going to say that the Secret Service didn't do a good job, so they're going to want to have more civilians around presidential candidates with guns. Well, no, not really. The argument's going to naturally be is, why did the Secret Service screw up? Why did they not have the funding? Why did they not have the people there to protect and fulfill the promise that they're supposed to do? And you're going to have more security there. And guess what they're going to bring? More guns. Like, it's the stupidest thing on the planet. Not to mention the very way that this guy was stopped was with what, Tim?
A rifle.
A gun.
Yeah.
It's weird when you have equal and oppositional force, you can stop it. They didn't run after him with batons and whistles. No.
Right. Well, it's an old
well-placed
concept.
shot.
It kept the world at peace from the end of World War II all the way up until the early 90s. And that was called the concept of MAD, mutually assured destruction. People don't misbehave when their lives are on the line many times. It's a deterrent. So,
yes.
And so being armed is a deterrent to crime, right? And so the fact that these idiots just keep focusing on the firearm, like they want to pretend that there's a rifle on that rooftop and there's nobody pulling the trigger. It's the guns. I mean, even it was it was that Mowry guy, the irrelevant,
Chris Mowry,
sibling to Harry Sisson. Yeah.
Harry Sisson's little brother.
He's kind of fallen off because Harry has become the star of stupidity on social media, and he's like trying to out stupid Harry now. And he's out there going, "It's the guns, it's the guns, it's the guns." That's like so last year, Chris. But
it's
yeah,
so last year. It's so 2023.
I know, man. It's like that shtick has ran its course, but he's out there using because he's clamoring for, hey, I'm over here still.
Attention. Right.
I still got a paycheck to collect from the DNC.
Yeah, it's so. But Harry's really, they're getting their money's worth out of that kid,
dude. I know his commentary during the debate, like Biden's crushing it. Like every news source is like, oh, this is abysmal. It's like, oh wow, Biden just got a zinger in on Trump, and CNN's like, this is the most disgusting thing we've ever seen. Oh my gosh, turn the TVs off now.
God.
It's just so funny.
His overuse of the term "wow" to start off a tweet is it kills me. But that's what I had for you to start off the day. A little
right.
view greatness.
Well, that's always fun. I'm sure we're in for a lot of more interesting commentary from the Mensa members over at The View. Thanks for watching Second Legacy, and we'll talk to you guys soon.